Welcome to Integrative Nutrition for Life video presentation.
This time, let me tell you a story. Billions of years ago, Earth was a raw and unpredictable world, shaped by volcanic heat, violent storms, and oceans rich with minerals. Yet within this harsh environment, something extraordinary began to happen. Simple molecules started to organize themselves into structures capable of storing energy, responding to their surroundings, and eventually replicating. These earliest forms of life were incredibly small and fragile, but they were also persistent. Over countless generations, they adapted to the shifting landscape, learning to survive in boiling vents, icy waters, and nutrient-poor environments. These ancient bacteria became the first architects of metabolism, slowly developing the chemical reactions that would one day power every living organism on the planet. As Earth cooled and stabilized, bacterial life exploded in diversity. Some bacteria learned to use sunlight as a source of energy, giving rise to the first photosynthetic organisms. Others mastered fermentation, sulfur metabolism, or the ability to extract energy from minerals deep within the ocean floor. Each new adaptation created a different metabolic strategy, allowing bacteria to occupy every corner of the planet. These early specialists built the foundation for the metabolic pathways we still rely on today. Their innovations in energy extraction, nutrient processing, and environmental sensing formed the blueprint for the complex systems that would eventually appear in plants, animals, and humans. Around 2 billion years ago, a remarkable event changed the direction of life forever. One bacterium engulfed another, not to consume it, but to form a partnership. Instead of breaking down the smaller bacterium, the host cell allowed it to live inside. The internal bacterium brought something powerful to the relationship, an incredibly efficient way of producing energy using oxygen. This was a turning point in evolution. The two organisms began to rely on each other so deeply that they eventually became inseparable. This rare act of cooperation created a new kind of cell, one capable of storing more energy, growing larger, and performing more complex tasks than anything that had existed before. This ancient partnership gave rise to the first eukaryotic cell, the ancestor of all complex life. The internalized bacterium slowly transformed into what we now call the mitochondrion, retaining its own DNA and unique structure. Over millions of years, this new cell type evolved into plants, fungi, animals, and eventually humans. The mitochondrion became the cell's dedicated energy center, converting nutrients into usable fuel with extraordinary efficiency. This symbiosis allowed life to expand in size, complexity, and intelligence. Every heartbeat, every thought, every movement you make today traces back to this ancient merger between two simple bacteria. Inside every human cell lies a bustling world of activity. The nucleus stores genetic instructions, the endoplasmic reticulum builds proteins, and the Golgi apparatus packages them for use. But scattered throughout this microscopic landscape are the mitochondria, tiny powerhouses that keep everything running. Some cells contain only a few dozen mitochondria, while others, like heart and muscle cells, contain thousands. Each mitochondrion works tirelessly, converting nutrients into energy and coordinating essential processes such as cell signaling, repair, and survival. Without them, the cell would fall silent, unable to perform even the most basic functions. Mitochondria are not fixed in place. They move through the cell like small, intelligent machines, traveling along microscopic pathways to deliver energy exactly where it's needed. They fuse together when the cell requires more power and divide when new mitochondria are needed. This constant motion and reshaping allow them to respond instantly to stress, repair damage, and maintain balance. Their dynamic behavior is one of the reasons human metabolism is so adaptable. Whether you're sprinting, thinking deeply, or resting, your mitochondria adjust their output to match your body's demands. Mitochondria are chemical engines that transform the food you eat into ATP, the molecule that powers nearly every cellular activity. Inside their inner membrane, a series of enzymes break down nutrients into smaller components that can be used for energy. The folded structure of the membrane, called cristae, increases the surface area available for these reactions, making mitochondria incredibly efficient. This design allows them to produce large amounts of energy from even small amounts of nutrients. Every breath you take and every calorie you consume ultimately fuels this microscopic machinery. As mitochondria generate energy, They also produce reactive oxygen species, tiny molecules that can damage cells if they accumulate. But mitochondria are equipped with their own antioxidant systems to keep these molecules under control. When functioning properly, they maintain a delicate balance between energy production and cellular protection. If this balance is disrupted, oxidative stress increases, leading to fatigue, inflammation, and accelerated aging. Healthy mitochondria constantly repair themselves, recycle damaged components, and adjust their output to keep the cell safe and efficient. Food is more than fuel, it is molecular information that tells your cells how to function. Organic, nutrient-dense foods provide the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that mitochondria need to operate at full capacity. When you eat whole, unprocessed foods, you supply your cells with clean building blocks that support stable energy, balanced metabolism, and long-term health. Every meal becomes an opportunity to strengthen your mitochondria and improve the way your body produces energy. Mitochondria rely on a wide range of micronutrients to perform their tasks. B vitamins help convert food into energy, magnesium supports enzyme activity, and antioxidants protect against oxidative stress. Without these essential nutrients, mitochondrial efficiency drops, leading to sluggish metabolism and reduced vitality. A diet rich in minerals, vitamins, and phytonutrients ensures that your mitochondria have everything they need to keep your cells energized and resilient. Metabolism does not begin in the mitochondria, it begins in the digestive system. Proper digestion breaks food down into amino acids, fatty acids, and glucose, which are then transported to your cells. If digestion is weak or inconsistent, even the healthiest foods cannot be fully utilized. Enzymes, stomach acid, and gut motility all play essential roles in preparing nutrients for absorption. When digestion is smooth and efficient, your mitochondria receive a steady supply of high-quality fuel. Inside the small intestine, millions of tiny villi absorb nutrients and deliver them into the bloodstream. These delicate structures must remain healthy for optimal nutrient uptake. Inflammation, stress, or poor diet can damage the villi, reducing bioavailability and limiting the nutrients that reach your cells. When absorption is strong, your mitochondria receive the raw materials they need to produce energy, repair tissues, and maintain metabolic balance. Carbohydrates are broken down into glucose, which enters a pathway called glycolysis. This process provides quick bursts of energy, making it ideal for short-term demands like sprinting or lifting. Glucose that isn't immediately used is stored as glycogen in the liver and muscles. When glycogen stores are full, excess glucose is converted into fat. This pathway is fast and flexible, but it must be balanced with other metabolic systems to maintain stable energy throughout the day. Fats are processed through beta oxidation, a highly efficient pathway that produces large amounts of ATP. This makes fat an excellent long-term energy source, especially during low-intensity activity or fasting. Proteins are broken down into amino acids, which support tissue repair and can enter metabolic pathways when needed. Together, the carbohydrate, fat, and protein pipelines feed into the mitochondria, ensuring that your cells always have access to the energy they need. The Krebs cycle is the central hub of metabolism. It takes the breakdown products of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins and converts them into high-energy electron carriers. These carriers NAD and FAD2 transport electrons to the next stage of energy production. The Krebs cycle also produces carbon dioxide, which you exhale, and small amounts of ATP. This cycle runs continuously in every cell, acting as the engine that keeps metabolism moving. The electron transport chain is the final and most powerful step in energy production. It uses the high-energy electrons from NAD and FAD2 to pump protons across the inner mitochondrial membrane. This creates a strong electrochemical gradient, a reservoir of potential energy. ATP synthase, a remarkable molecular turbine, uses this gradient to generate ATP. This process is incredibly efficient, producing the majority of the energy your cells rely on every second. A single mitochondrion can produce thousands of ATP molecules every second, and your cells contain hundreds to thousands of mitochondria. When the electron transport chain runs smoothly, your body feels energized, focused, and resilient. But when it slows down, fatigue, brain fog, and metabolic imbalance can appear. ATP production is the ultimate measure of mitochondrial health, and supporting this process is essential for long-term vitality. Metabolic health is shaped by daily habits. The food you eat, the way you move, the quality of your sleep, and the level of stress you carry all influence how well your mitochondria function. Small, consistent choices like walking, staying hydrated, eating whole foods, and managing stress create powerful long-term effects. Over time, these habits strengthen your metabolism, improve your energy, and support your overall well-being. Your mitochondria respond to the environment you create for them. When you nourish your body with clean food, support digestion, and maintain healthy routines, your cells reward you with clarity, strength, and vitality. Understanding how metabolism works gives you the power to influence your own health at the deepest level. Every choice you make becomes a message to your mitochondria, a signal that shapes your energy, your resilience, and your future. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We're dropping fresh videos often to keep the momentum going. Share your health goals in the comments and let us know what topics you want next. Let's build unstoppable energy and vitality together. Your journey starts now.
Do you have questions, comments, or want expert health tips? Visit the website integrativenutrition4life.com and reach out via email today. Connect with a very smart, knowledgeable, triple certified health coach ready to help you improve your health and well-being.